Kia ora team, and welcome to my Loot Roots Survivors Guide on DayZ. This is my server, the White Cloud modded server. So, where are we today? Well, where we are is down at a port somewhere. Ooh, hello. Let's take that. And the place that we are at is Berezino. You can tell it's Berezino because it's got these great big things over here, and it's got these funky looking cranes and a whole load of container things and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little run around. Berezino sort of comes in two an ATOG. I mean, I'll take it, but I don't know if I'm going to need it. Comes in sort of like two little bits, I would say. There's this bit down here, and then there's up on the hill. And they're almost like two separate little places, and you get it's quite a good spawn actually. Look at this, look at that! Straight off the bat, we've got a CUU jacket. Well, that's handy, right? Let's get everything in there because we're saying it's cold, so that's fine. So we'll pop that into inventory, and in fact, what I'll do is I'll just rag it up right now. Because you never know when we might need rags for things like gloves, right? So we'll rag that up. Lovely and clean. There we go. Right. So, yeah, so we're going to head off. And we're going to head off, and the first priority for us is water. And we'll see what we can pick up food-wise. There's a train right there. Some sheds. Let's see if there's anything. Well, they're all open. This is interesting. Gas can, if you wanted it. Gasoline, fuel, whatever you want to call it. What's that? Hammer. Thank you. Is that gloves? Yes, straight into it with a set of gloves. Nice. Yeah, got the working gloves on. Saw. We need a saw. We'll take it for now. On the possibility that we might have to cut some wood. And what's that? Welding mask. I don't really want to wear a welding mask. Get away from that Z. Yeah. So let's go have a look at the train. Train spawns are always good. I might stop and have a bite to eat. Like I said, this is on my server. My server, you start with just a little bit of food and an empty water bottle. You won't find that on official, so if you're on official, your first priority is going to be food. You're going to run out of food and die from lack of food, probably before you die from lack of thirst. Not going to get into the dynamics of that or how realistic that is, but that's the situation, so you probably want to be onto that. Don't need a barrel. Thank you. There's a Z somewhere. More sheet metal. Oh, there it is. Let's not set the Zs off. Oh, leather kit. Need those for repairing our shoes and such like. Squiz over here, out of the way. That, whatever that Z was. Nothing super. Right, well, Berezino, there's the police station, and the water's not a million miles away from it, and then there's medical. So we're going to start off here. I'd show you on a map, but we're sort of on the north, the northern side of Berezino. Obviously, that's south down that way, and so on. That's north, etc. So we're going to head over to police because you get good police jackets and possibly pick up some good police guns, and obviously then we'll go down to medical. But we'll also make a stop for some water on the way, and then that'll see us sorted to move on. Yeah, what I was going to say was at this stage you really don't want to get into fights with the Zeds. On a server where there's lots of people, obviously, you've got the issue of obviously letting people know where you are because you're disturbing all these Zeds. But the other thing is they do damage your gear, and you don't want them damaging your gear. You don't want your gear damaged, too badly damaged too early on. As I am playing this, it is DayZ 1.24, and they have changed the way that the damage is done by the Zeds, which is fine. So it used to be pretty bad. Now I think it's just bad. Oh, there's way too many Zeds around here for me. So if you get into trouble with Zeds, the best thing to do is try and get up on something. And just be aware when you're on things that the animation tries to drag you off, so you want to be careful. A torch? Don't need a torch. Right, there's another police there. Let's see if we can avoid them. As I was just saying. Oh, can is good. I think I can hear a chicken. Fruit. It's a plum. Look out for fruit trees. Save your life. I can hear a chicken, I just don't know where it is. Hammer, pair of pants. We've got one Zed that knows we're here. Gonna have to deal with. I wonder if that stab vest is okay or if it's ruined. Badly damaged, so we can take it. Take that. Now that we have a leather kit, where did you go? You can equip that. We can actually repair that. That will offer us some armor protection from attacks and shots. So if you do get the chance to pick up a stab vest early on, get one. They're not very camo, but they are armor. Not very heavy. There we go. All good. All good, all good, all good. Let's have a little rehydration. Right. Let's get into the police station. Back door's open. Make sure it's now shut. Some more gloves. Don't need some more gloves. We're good. Front door's shut. Yeah, there's nearly always a shotgun in this room. See what we got. Yep, got 2 shots. That's jolly good. We'll equip that bad boy. We'll put it in our quick slots. Take it. Submachine gun. Not super bothered. It's not got a mag. What's we got around here? Nothing. Check the roof. Unless you're worried about players. If you're worried about players seeing you, don't bother. But things do spawn up here. Clothes, weapons, various other bits and pieces. Not today. Right. Oh, before I disappear, I'll explain. So this is the police. Obviously, we came from down there, down in the port. I'm sick already. I can't believe I've got a cold already. That's just bang out of order. Water's down there. I don't think you can see it from where I am, but trust me, it is down there, and that's where we're going next. This is the edge of town. So once you get water, you can nip around the edge of town, and medical's just over there, and then up in the hill is the rest. I mean, it's up to you how much looting of the actual town you want to go through. The key for these things is to get off the coast as quickly as possible, and the reason that we all say, experienced players say get off the coast as quick as possible, is because it's not worth your time being here. Loot wise, there's not a great amount of loot. So yeah, so you want better loot, and better loot means getting off the coast. Oh yeah, pear. Thank you. So I haven't been cut, so I'm fairly certain that it's the cold, because I'm blue, which is fine. I haven't started sneezing or anything yet. If it's an infection, I'm in trouble. But I haven't started grunting or exhibiting any signs of pain, so I'm fairly certain it's just the cold, which kind of goes away by itself after a given period of time. Obviously, if you get some tetracycline, you can cure it with the tetracycline. In terms of the water, if you do find yourself at a pump stand where you can get water, my advice is always the same. Fill up as absolutely much as you can. Hydration is really important in this game until the stomach thing comes up, and then fill up your container and bring it with you. The stomach thing doesn't mean you're at full hydration, it just means that your stomach is currently full, right? And eventually it'll go away, but your hydration is picking up all the time. So, ooh, a hatchet's good. I had a Z pick up on us. I don't know where that Z came from, but we'll stick this hatchet on as well. I'll put it over there. They could be in the house. Seeds. Don't need seeds. Right, so we're going to head off towards medical. Been talking about being cold and shivering a bit, which is fine. Someone else heard me. Right, bit of a nuisance. Alright, let's see to her. No food. So yeah, like I said, it's up to you how much time you want to spend looting through the houses. It's not something that that I'm bothered about, because I don't really think I'm going to find anything that's... There's medical over there that's going to rock my day. If it's in my way, sure, I'll give it a try, but I'm not interested in doing it as a matter of course at this stage. We want to get off the coast, we want to get inland, we want to get warm, we want to get fed and watered. We don't want lamps. Check these out. Might be a hat or something in here. Get a better hat to keep me warm. Hats always help. There's a hat. It's a leather hat. It's not a great hat insulation wise, but it'll do something. Barbed wire. That's fire. We'll go and have a look at fire as well, because they... Is that GPS? Handheld transceiver. No, it's not GPS. It doesn't have a battery, but I'm not bothered about the battery. IV start kit, we'll take that. Yes, so coughing. Signs and symptoms. Coughing is the cold. So I have the cold, which is annoying. Is this a blood bag? Saline, it's a start. Saline bag, blood bag is better. So saline bags and blood bags are for if you're bleeding, or have bled, I should say. If you're bleeding, you need a bandage. But if you've been attacked or whatever, or been shot and you've lost a bit of blood, the saline will help replenish that, as will the blood bag. The blood bag is particularly useful because if you have been in a pox strike or anything like that, then there's a blood bag right there. Then you can use that to what's the word? Remedy the effects of paramedic pants. What are they like insulation wise? Low. I think the fire pants are better. We'll wait and go over to can you stop that? We'll wait and go over to right, tetracycline. How many? 6. Nice. Okay, so oh, we're overloaded with stuff. I don't want that. What else do I not want? Let's we'll ditch the saline bag, and what we'll do is we will make up the blood bag and the well, we'll take our blood first, and then we'll make up the oh, and so there's more tets there. Nice. So we're going to cure the cold, which is great, because I don't want the cold, it's just annoying. So we'll take our blood, which is not super, because we've got the cold. So if we do need to use it, we'll give ourselves the cold again, which is a nuisance, but it doesn't matter. It's only the cold. We've got this now, so we'll pop one of these. You probably usually need to take about 4 or 5. Which is just dandy-o. What you'll do is you will find that the little pill sign will come up, and let's amalgamate these into a stack. And when the little pill sign goes away, take another one, do it again, and probably need about 4-ish. We really need a bag because I'm carrying a lot of stuff here. And I really need a bag of some description. No, it's not even a medical pouch. I haven't seen any of that stuff. What's this? This is charcoal. Occasionally comes in handy for food poisoning. Right, we really could do with a bag. Right. Bunch of little fruit trees and things out here. Bless you. Anything? Any fruit today? No fruit today. No bag? No bag. Right, okay. Never mind. Let's head on into the fire department and see if we can get a better pair of perhaps insulated pants. Heard me. Goodness gracious. No food. Alright. Trying to avoid this lot as much as I can. Alright, specifically in here, clothes. The firefighter's jacket is very good. This jacket that I've got is which is not bad. But I want pants. I want a warmer set of pants if I can. And I don't see any around here. But do check outside on the roof. Because again, they do spawn out here on the roof. Spawn on the corners. There we go. What's this? Looks like a jacket. 2 jackets, no pants. Right, okay. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted. But never mind. We'll keep going. Let's have a little bite to eat. Pistol, a steak knife. It's a pretty rubbish pistol. I don't want it. It's just going to take up space and I still don't have a bag. Is that a bag? No, it's a firefighter's helmet. What's this? This is the firefighter's pants. This is what I wanted. Slightly better insulation. And cargo pants, what we'll do is we will carve those up for rags. What have we got? We should have a stack by now. Yeah, we'll drop those. We'll keep a stack of rags. I think we're all good with everything else. Might just have that plum. Right, so we'll want to head up the hill this way. Over in this direction, over here, is the other bit of Berezino that we want to go and have a look at. So we shall head out that way. We shall have a look in these buildings because there's some interesting stuff sometimes spawns in these buildings. Oh, she just turned to look at me. That's just a bit unfair. Still no food either. Nope, nothing in this one. I'm gonna find that chicken as well. What's this? It's like a shirt or something. Jumpsuit. It's out here, I can hear it. There you are. Hello, chicken. Now these things used to be easier to kill. They've gotten a little bit craftier, so my advice is to sneak up on them now. We'll just take the whole chicken for now. Still looking for a good bag. Right, so we want to find our way on to the next bit of Berezino. So from those big sheds, there's this road. This is the road that we want to follow. We want to follow it this way, and we're going to follow this road up here. If you're not sure it's the right road, it's where these things meet in a V. So there's the silo, fire department's over there. So we're heading up here. We'll follow this road. This will take us to the sort of the eastern side of this top bit of Berezino. You can see here these block of flats, and we wanna head sorry, northern side, not eastern side. We want to head south across it. So we're going to head south because that will take us on down to the southern bit, which is where we want to get to. It's quite big. It's quite a big place. And again, sort of one of those things, if you get the opportunity to have a look at stuff, grab some things, look at some houses. So we're still looking for food. I don't want to have to stop and cook this chicken, but if I do, I will. So that's all fine. So we're just going to keep heading on down here, and try and follow this road as much as we can. We continue to try and head up the hill, so always heading kind of up the hill. It's hard with this because on my server there's fog and things, which makes navigating a bit of a pain. But that's part of the challenge. Multivits, they're good. Take some multivits. You see that I've had, I think I've had 4 tets now, and I'm totally fine. I don't feel the need to have any more. To be honest, I think I'm probably good. If it comes back, we'll hit it again. But I think we've probably nailed it. And my food is up a little bit, and I'm a little bit warmer. 2 of them, okay. Oh, not let me jump that wall. Sneaky. Alright. Got. We'll just have a look because I saw that was green. So it's green and full. So what I always say to people is always swap out. So swap out worse for better, if you know what I mean. Right. Now, once you get up the hill a bit of a ways, you're going to see, on a good day anyway, you're going to see this crane. So we want to follow that crane. We want to head for that crane for the time being. Explain why. But for right now, you want to follow that crane. Early on, when you don't have a compass and things, you want to aim for specific landmarks. You want to always kind of try and keep landmarks in mind, because it is easy to get turned around. It's not as simple as you think, to always keep your direction. Keep your sense of direction. Right. We'll take those slugs, whatever those are, because they can probably go in here. Jolly good. Don't want to accidentally shoot anybody. Right, so this is like the second little bit of Berezino. Remember I said Berezino was like in two little parts? Got the first part, got the second part. This is the second part. Obviously. So out here, where this construction is a couple of things. First off, the water's across here behind it. So we'll go and have a look at it first. In here. So here we go. So here's your water in between all these houses, next to where the crane is. So that's all good. Keep your water bottle on your hot links, hot bar, hot wheel, whatever you want to call it. There's a bunch of nice little houses around here that you can loot. Do be aware that this is a bit on a busier server, on a busier official server. This is a bit of a dangerous area to be. You've got tall buildings around you. And you've obviously, like I said, you've got all these good places to loot and hide out and do things. So you probably find there's a lot of people, if they're spawning in and around Berezino, are making their way up to this spot. So once we've got that sorted, obviously you saw a military tent, so we're going to go and quickly have a look at the military tent. Sometimes you get some interesting things in this tent. Not today. Today, not a lot. What was this? Some ammo? Some 45s. A whole heck of a lot of... what's that? Baraka. Right, okay. Planks, if you're into that kind of thing. And the other thing, obviously, is that this building over here that we're heading to is a hospital. So you can always go into the hospital and sort out some bits and pieces if that's the kind of stuff that you want. Let's have a quick look, shall we? We've got various things like more blood collection kits, paramedics jackets, NBC gear. What's that? IV start kits. That's outside. Masks. And it'll have various bits and pieces up top as well. Don't forget around the corner. Sometimes get things spawning in here. You got epinephrine. Nothing in there for now. First floor. Got a bit of NBC gear on this one. Nothing on that one. Out onto the roof. Right, so here we are. So this is the top bit of Berezino. The fog has cleared up, which is good. We'll go and we'll have a look up top. So the fog has cleared up. Berezino proper is kind of down that way. We came up the road into here. You've obviously got this little military and construction and whatnot area attached to the hospital. Like I said, you've got the water down there. You've got this cluster of little houses and things, which is all pretty good. And then you've got a road that heads up there, and that is the road that we're going to initially take. Is we're going to head out that way. We're going to then be heading off to a place called Dubrovka, which is going to be the next stop. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go and have a quick squiz around there, and then I will show you heading up the road and show you getting to Dubrovka. See you in a minute. Right, kia ora people. It's night time. So I'm in this little house. I'll turn this off. I'm in this little house. I had a look around the houses. I'm still in Berezino, and I didn't find exactly what I wanted. I wanted more food, and I haven't found more food per se. So I need to do something with this chicken, and one of the things I need to do with this chicken is cook it. Now, my tip here for survival is find one of these houses with one of these chimneys, not the small steel stoves. Because they do less. This does more. I'll show you in a minute. And I'm in an elevated house. It's only got one door, and it's slightly elevated around. So people can't run by and shoot me through the window. They actually have to come up the stairs. And this place has two doors. It has an inner door and an outer door, but they can't come up behind me. So this is a fairly well protected place to be in. Anyway, what do we need to start a fire? Well, we need some firewood. And in this case, for one chicken, 2 logs of firewood is probably ample. 1 is probably more than enough. We need some short sticks. I need some bark. We need our chicken. And we need something to work with in terms of like a hatchet or a knife or something. The hatchet will get you the firewood, although you can also get firewood from larger bushes with either your hand or a knife, or you can even use a saw. Remember I had a saw earlier from bushes and things. Sticks you can get from bushes by hand. Bark you get from a tree with a knife. And we're wearing gloves. If you don't have gloves, get your rags. Make some rags. If you don't have rags or any way to make rags, you've got water. Don't forget to wash your hands with your water after you've cut the chicken. If you don't even have a bottle of water, go to the water pump and wash your hands, but you need to wash your hands. So the first thing we need to do is get ready, right? So get ready. So here's the things we want to do to get ready. First thing is we want to prepare our chicken. So we'll skin and quarter our rooster. Rooster's sometimes pretty good. You can get upwards of 4 chicken breasts off a rooster. Don't even ask. Don't even. Oh, in this case we've only got 2, which is a bit rubbish, and some bones. Anyway, it is what it is, I suppose. Get 1 piece of bark. So I've split it using triangle. I've got 1 in my inventory, which is right there. Let's drop that back on the floor again. And we'll get our sticks and our bark, and we'll combine those to be the hand drill kit. Bit of noise, so do be aware that people nearby can hear you. That's the hand drill kit right there. And we're ready to go. Take the firewood. Place, that will open up the fire. So you see now there's a fire has appeared. Place more firewood. We need our light bark as a fire starter. So that's now ready to go. And we need our hand drill kit to start the fire. If you don't have well, if you're lucky, maybe you've picked up a box of matches. As long as they're not wet, they'll work. If you've got a lighter, it will work. The hand drill kit will disappear when you've used it. So I drop the chicken on the floor because it's easier to... I find it easier to work with this menu when it's open. So I'm just going to drag it down to cooking. It isn't going to be around enough to smoke. If you had enough, you could smoke it. I wouldn't stand too close to the fire for a couple of things. The fire is quite bright. I'll show you what the fire looks like outside, because this was something we were talking about trying to fix at night. Look at that.
That's pretty bright. Right, it'll be the same out the other side. Sometimes it bleeds through doors and things. It's very interesting. So, if you were wanting to protect yourself from anyone coming up the steps, I'd stand right here with my shotgun. The first person in the door is wearing it, and that's that. so don't worry about that. If you stay too close to the fire, you'll get too hot. You'll start to get sick. You hear the chicken? That's now done. You heard there was a very subtle change in the sound of the chicken cooking, and that's it. Bones is fine. I think what we'll do is we'll craft a bone knife. Some bones. Can't remember. 2 bones or something. Got sound now for that. So we've now got a bone knife that'll act as a spare. We could do a bone hook while we're here. May as well. Do it with another sharp object. Hatchet or a knife. We'll craft a hook. That might come in further up the line if we want to do some fishing. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's handy to have. So we'll ditch the bones now. Don't need them. Take the feathers, because if we get a crossbow, take the hook. Only takes up a 1 slot. So out of that chicken, we've got a couple of things to eat. We've got a hook, which we can fish with if we need to fish. We've got feathers we can make bolts with if we need to. May as well eat some of this. If we need to craft some bolts, and yeah, we've got our food. Chicken is it's easy to get, right? It's around the place. It's fine. It's easy to get hold of. I'm just going to eat both of it. Honestly, when we're down in the yellow, it honestly doesn't matter. But the effects of chicken don't last for a super long time. If you want to make the most out of the food that you eat, you'll see that there's 3 bars above the yellow apple now. That means that the calories that I've put into my system are being recognized slowly over time, so I'm getting a time benefit. So many calories per second is being added into that. If you run around, you then start losing that, so it's not recognized in various bits and pieces. There's a whole Robo did a whole thing on it. So if you really want to make the most of it, and you're really thinking that you're going to be on the edge of whether you're going to have calories or not, don't move. Just stand still. If you don't need to move, you don't need to move. It'll just keep going up, and it'll just keep going up, and then wait until it stops. It'll either level out at 1, or it'll stop and go down 1. You'll see a 1 bar underneath going down. That means you've gotten as much benefit as you're going to get out of it. It's all of the nutrients have been recognized, all of the calories have been recognized, and you may as well start moving around again, because you're just consuming stuff that's already recognized in your system. Just do that. Do be aware that the proportion that the apple is filled does not represent the proportion that your calories are filled. There you go. It's recognized now. So it's not commensurate. That looks to be 80%. No, that's not the way it works. The way that it changes color and the way that the graphic works does not represent between 0 and 100%. That's not how it works. So just be aware of that. Right, okay, well I don't want that pistol because I don't want it. So it's still dark, which means I might hang around and probably not do an awful lot. And I'll have to wait until it's daylight when you guys can see things. I'll see you then. Well, it's raining, which is no great surprise. So that's the end of Berezino, and I'm just going to head off to Dubrovka. Just want to show you how to get there, because it can be a little bit tricky. There's a road up here, so there's a road runs past. There's a little industrial area. If you drop in and grab some industrial stuff. Right, here's the road sign with whoever these 3 fellas are here. Dubrovka. So what we're looking for is not this road. People sometimes take this road. There's another road up here by these trees and past this telegraph pole. This is the road that we want. And I've kind of said before, so this is an easy loot route, which means I don't want you to go and tackle the military infected too much, and the reason part of that is actually twofold. They're more alert, so they will hear you more and they will see you better. And because this is my modded server, there are more of them on my server, so it makes it kind of a bit of a challenge. They will knock you out quite quickly, they will damage your gear, and you will get pretty knocked about early on if you don't know what you're doing. You get pretty knocked about late on if you don't know what you're doing, to be fair. So I don't want to deal with military, but if you do follow this road, it does go up over the hill, and you will find a small military checkpoint. So up to you how confident you feel about that. But for this, if you're just starting out or you want an easy ride, you don't want anything too challenging, you just want to get up to the top of the map and get some good gear and then do whatever you're going to do, then this is the loot route for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here, and this is the road that we want. This is going to take us to Dubrovka. So this is the one. Dubrovka. Right, this is the outskirts of Dubrovka. What do we want? What do we want is more food, is what we want. That would be good. Sounds like a chicken. Most infected have bad eyesight. They can't really see through bushes very well. And if you've watched my Solnichny spawn loot route, you'll know why I run in little bursts. And if you don't know why I run in little bursts, I really suggest that you go and watch my Solnichny spawn loot route video, and it'll give you a very strong hint as to why that is. My server, quite a lot of Zeds. I'd like to get into that little roadside shack, but given that there's 6 Zs around there and 3 behind me, I might have to do a little bit of a detour to make it happen. Box of matches. That's handy. Oh, and a lighter. Oh well. We're sorted for lighting fires. Right, down here is where the water is. It's over there. And there's this store, which is a favourite for certain kind of specialist supplies and things, crossbows, hunting gear, knives, bags, etc. So I always want to come down this way. It's always a bit funky, this place, because the Z spawn points seem to be quite clustered together. So they seem to spawn in sort of collective groups, can make it quite dense. And then when they spread out, there's like suddenly a lot of them. And they seem to be clustered around the water in the store. It's a glow stick. So, there's a Z there. Obviously, I probably shouldn't need to tell you, but don't drink the water. So if I had chlorine, I could fill up the water bottle with stream water, but I simply don't. So you can't drink the water; it'll just make you sick. If you were at death's door, and I have multivits, and I have tetracycline won't save you, but I've got some charcoal, probably the multivits. If I was at death's door, I could pop a multivit and drink the water, and I'd probably be okay, just once, but you wouldn't want to try and push it. Multivits are pretty good, but you don't want to push your luck. As I said, quite a lot of Zeds around here. And obviously when the stomach icon comes up, you can't really drink or eat more, or you'll throw up. It'll just be a waste of your time. So, I want to scooch off down here and have a look in this store. Bearing in mind, like I said, there's a fair few Zeds about. And I want to have a look at that little hunting place. Not hunting place. Trail place. They really are intense. Oh my. There really is a lot of them. They really are not the brightest. Ooh, nice. Pipsy. Right, and I've also said before, if you climb on top of a car or structure or something like that and you lie down flat, they don't seem to be able to see you. Guess it's just the way it is. Collision boxes and all that, but there you go. Oh, nothing. Not even a bag or a nothing. It's a bit of a shame. He was angling to get me, that one. Right. Nothing here. Yeah, I could do with more food. I don't want to have to go around. Got a CR527 rifle, which has even got stuff in it, which is great. So, it's good. Taking down deer or something. Chamber around. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Not too bad. I don't want to have to go through cooking a chicken again. Well, that's it, really. I'll just run around Dubrovka a bit and just see what it's got. We'll head up the hill and we'll just grab some things. But I will have to call it a day there for this episode because I am running out of Share Factory time to be able to post this video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been helpful. I hope it's given you tips if you're starting out in Berezino and you're looking for some guidance on possibly where to go and get things where you know, you're gonna have a bit of an easier ride of it for this easy loot route. And do join me for the second part of this loot route where I will take you to Novaya Petrovka, which, as I've said before, my loot routes introduction is where all of these loot route guides are going to be finishing. So I do hope you like it. Please, please, please like, please subscribe, please click the bell notification so you know when part 2 is coming out. And I shall see you all again real soon. Ta-da for now. PlayStation